Hey guys. So it's me back here again, Isabella here. Also known as the Financial Missy. So I'm not sure how many of you guys still remembers me. If you guys still remember me, please do type in the chat that say hello to me at least. Yeah, hello guys. And if you guys are with me on a Tuesday evening, do give me a like button so that I know that you guys can hear me loud and clear. Right. So today is very exciting. Today we are going to talk about how are we going to play with momentum to make money out of momentum trading. How many of you guys are excited about it? Give me a thumbs up as well. Right. So I'm really very excited because the economy right now is in a very volatile stage that we really do not know when is it going up and when is it going down. Right. So, without further ado, let me just share my screen. Yeah, right here it goes. Yeah. Okay. Hello. Right. Let me just start proper. I see. If you guys can see my screen, give me a thumbs up as well, so that I know that you guys can see my screen. Oh, okay. So I have two screens now. Maybe let me just get rid of one. Haha. Okay. Okay. Well, it's not helping me much. So let me see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Looks good. Okay, so today we'll be talking about how do we invest with momentum. Isabella here, and I'll be teaching you guys how do we create legacy for tomorrow. Right. So very exciting. But today I want to do it a bit different. So let's spice it up a little bit. Today I'll be talking about the market conduct. What can we look out for this upcoming week, and how are we going to invest with momentum? All right. So first and foremost, we go for the market conduct first. This is what happening right now. Very exciting. Do you know? I'm not sure whether how many of you guys actually follow the microeconomy trend. It's very important to know what is happening in the economy, right? First and foremost, for any kind of investments, you need to know what is happening. And so here I put out three different snapshots of what is happening right now. First and foremost, next week they are going to talk about interest rate hikes, right? And Powell already mentioned already that they are really considering a 50 point base hike for next week, right? And how many times more it will happen? It's actually five more times that it's going to happen. And somebody actually also mentioned that they will consider a 75% point base hike. So with the increase of interest rate, it's going to increase the volatility in the market. And what is worsening this volatility in the market right now, right? Is this Russia-Ukraine war. I mean, like it's been happening for the past 2 months already. I'm not sure how many are still following this news, but I certainly am because you know what? Putin mentioned that. Russia actually warns the West of a real threat of World War III that's going to happen should the Western actually decides to give more arms to Ukraine. I do not know whether you guys are with me, but with Putin in the picture, right? With Russia in the picture, right? Everything just seems possible. Like, oh man, it's like the 20th century really who is doing wars and fightings and stuff like that. But Russia does it. Russia actually acts in a very different manner from how we actually, think and act. So we cannot actually exclude the possibility of a World War III. Right? So this is something that I hope that if you guys are with me today, please do your own due diligence to actually invest safely and make sure that you profit from the market because the volatility ahead is going to be insane. Right? And what is actually worsening everything, right, is that supply chain deficit is something that is so real. Like, I if you guys have been following me for the longest time, you know that I've been talking about it again and again and again. Before COVID, supply chain deficit is real. During COVID, it got worse. Now with Ukraine-Russia war, it's even worse. And if Beijing goes into lockdown, it's just going to escalate, right? So the whole economy right now, right, doesn't work in isolation. It works together. So please put all this different news in mind that actually helps to trend what is happening in the economy and invest in a amount that you guys are comfortable of losing. Why? Volatility is real, right? So this is something I cannot emphasize more. Okay. So on top of that, right, what's happening in the market? We look at S&P 500. No, I just pull out this particular chart. It's a very simple chart with no indicators. And by looking at this chart itself, right, it's very obvious that currently we are doing a lot of consolidation. So the market was all the way very profitable until 2021, December 2021. Then after we see a downward trend, right? And if I do draw some simple indicators, right, which is these two lines, okay, it puts you into a very big perspective that currently this is the motion of the market. It will go up to reach the resistance point, goes down, go up and reach the resistance, then go down, reach the support, and it will move on the sideways until there's something significant that reaches the breakout of the top or the bottom. Okay, so currently this is the case, and so far the market has been pretty much in alignment from the double top and the double bottom. It's very uh, in accordance right now. So we need to look at the market to see how we proceed moving forward. All right. If World War III really breaks out, then you'll definitely see a big plunge. Okay. So that's something that I really hope it wouldn't happen, but let's just pray. All right. So if I draw two more lines, the purple line and the blue line, very simple. It's just a simple moving average 50 over 150. And using these two lines only, right, we can see that the market currently in the mid to long term trend is actually on a bearish mode. Why? Because the blue line, which signifies simple moving average for the past 150 days, is above the simple moving average for the past 50 days. Blue above purple, in my case, it shows that it is currently in a bearish mode. I do not know how many of you guys are still looking at investing during this period of time when there's increased volatility. It's insane. If you guys are actually looking at investing at this particular point in time, please do take note of this ceiling and support line, such that you do not want to take unnecessary additional risk if you do invest or trade beyond these lines. Yeah. So if I were the one doing any trades, I would ensure that my trades are close to the line and I do it in the opposite direction, such that I still maintain my positions within. All right. Okay, so talking about here, it is not a buy or sell advisors. Please do your own due diligence, yeah, because I'm always strong. So please do your own due diligence, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about investing in momentum. Oh, this is something very exciting. I'm not sure how many of you guys actually know what is momentum, because to me, right, it's like what goes higher will definitely go higher, and what goes lower will go lower. Right. So just look at this chart itself. This is the trading view. Not sure whether how many of you guys uses this, but very simply, this is S&P 500 1-day chart. Okay, so let me just enlarge it a little bit so you guys can see. Similarly, yeah, it's the purple line and the blue line. So purple line is simple moving average 150, and then the blue line is simple moving average 150. Using these two lines only, right, I show you how powerful is investing in momentum, right? So you see this crossover over here. I use this crossover all the way down to this crossover. Ta-da! If I do invest in a change in direction, right? Where in July 2020 I invest in S&P, and until March 8th, where the line changes, although we do see a bit of volatility at the start of this year, and there's also interim noises since last year, you see that I still make a good 50%, 49.48 lah. Let me round off to 50, right? So I still make a good 50%. And is this an isolated incident? Let me show you guys. Let me be very apart. I was just looking at this right now. I was like, wow, this is so real. So just let me use this bearish mode where the blue line crosses over the purple line, and you see that this slope is not significant, right? And how much have I made? If I do short at this particular point in time, I still make 1%, which is good, right? And should that be only these two isolated incident? Let me just show you more, yeah? Just some more examples for you guys. From here is a bullish mode to this crossover. I easily make 11%. Okay, let me round off to 12%, right? So investing with momentum is something that is really very real because why? What you want to do is what goes higher will go higher, that's for sure. What goes lower might go lower, or there might be a reversal, but nevertheless, if it goes lower and you decide to do any dollar cost averaging to go even lower, then my question to you guys is how big is your golden mine, your 金山银矿? How big is your golden mine behind you such that, like Warren Buffett, goes lower, dollar cost average, go lower, dollar cost average, go lower, dollar cost average again? I'm not sure, but I definitely do not have my 金山银矿. So I rather trade with or invest with momentum such that I know how to enter, how to exit with precision such that I'll make money out of the stock market, right? So just let me go back to the PowerPoint slides. Yep. So just one simple indicator, just one simple moving average. The one that I use for mid-term to long-term is the simple moving average 50 over 150. You guys can check it out. You guys are looking at short-term, you can consider other numbers, or long-term is also another number. But just one very simple one, 50 over 150. You see such a powerful momentum of the S&P 500 really, right? Okay, so moving forward, what can we look out for this week? Oh my, big tech earning. I'm not sure how many of you guys know about it, but the earning play is going to be, a lot of volatility. If you play options, it's going to be insane. Huge premiums everywhere, but this is what's going to happen. If you guys have been, following the news for the longest time, you know that yesterday is the start of the week. There are a few big companies that was actually announcing their earning costs, right? So before the market opened, the market was so red. The market was bloody red. Sorry, my language, but it's so red. And what happened right thereafter, right? Let me show you later on. But moving forward, you see that we got big companies that are going to announce their earnings. Like companies like Visa, Google, Microsoft, even my favorite company which is being trashed which is PayPal on Wednesday is going to announce its earning, McDonald's, all those things, all big companies. So volatility is going to be huge, but with the increasing interest rate, please do your own due diligence because with increasing interest rate, right, the companies that are going to be impacted the most is actually your growth stocks, right? So please do your own due diligence there. Invest in companies that you are really confident and convicted to actually profit. That is really very important, yeah? And moving forward, right, we're also looking at this housing market earnings that is also going to be announced today and tomorrow. Okay, it's a very important indicator to actually let us know whether the economy is weakening, whether people are actually purchasing real estates in the states or not, and what is actually going to transpire thereafter. Because why? Typically, before a recession, about 3 months before a recession, you will see a weakening housing market earnings, right? And after a recession, real estate is the first one to bloom. Okay, so this is a very important indicator to actually give us a confidence of what is our horizon, all right, of the stock market and how is the economy going to respond in the near future, right? And the third thing that I wanted to share with you guys is this. On Thursday itself, the States is actually going to announce the quarter 1 growth estimate. Okay, so with the COVID, with the war that is actually going on in the West, analysis, right? The analysis is actually expecting a lower growth production that's going to be announced on Thursday. Okay, should we see that the estimate, right, is lower than what the analyst estimates, you will see even bigger volatility in the market. So is this, if you guys want to, I mean, if I were to actually exert my opinion in investing during this period of time, of which there's increased volatility, for me personally, I'm not saying for you, but for me personally, I would say that this is something that's out of my comfort zone. Why? As an investor myself, I want one thing, okay, which is to profit in my investment that I'm very comfortable and convicted in. I do not want to see big volatilities that is going to affect my portfolio. So hence, if you guys are people who or investors who cannot take risks, you want to make money out of the market, but you have a family to take care of, you cannot take risks, or your own risk appetite says that if I take so much risk, I cannot sleep at night. All right, if you cannot take the risk, if you think that you are too busy, you need to take care of your family, you need to work, you are too busy to even watch the market, or maybe sometimes you can be too lazy, right? And yet you want to beat inflation. I mean, come on, man. Inflation is so real in Singapore. The inflation is like 4.2. The last that I read is 4.2. So if you're somebody who wants to beat inflation, okay, this is what I can offer you guys. Learn, really learn how to invest with guaranteed profitability regardless of market outlook, regardless of whether the market is going high or the market is going down. Okay, learn how to guarantee your profitability. All right, guys. And so here, I'm actually holding a webinar on the 20th of May 2022 at 8 p.m. It's actually on a Friday evening. If you guys do join me in my webinar, then I'm going to actually explain my strategy, which is called the PS, Let's Mint strategy, P.S. Let's Mint. I will actually give you guys a guide that I'm pretty sure, or rather, I'm very sure, no other investment gurus are able to replicate, right? So do actually sign up with me on this free webinar that is going to happen on the 20th of May. And I will see you guys there to actually guide you guys how to guarantee your profits in investing. Right? So today, that's all I have for you guys. Yeah, it's been a very exciting night. So, does anybody has any questions that you guys wants to ask me? I'll be very gladly to share with you guys if you guys have any questions about the market. If there's no questions that you guys want to ask me about the market, then that's all I have for you guys. I will see you guys on the 20th. Adios.